Hi guys, my name is Olga Noel and I make ball jointed dolls. So, you want to start sculpting a BJD. Cool, let's talk tools. Specifically, what you should and what you shouldn't buy just starting out. Because there is smart spending and then there is me with why did I just spend $300 on a carving knife set. And if you don't mind waiting and love a good find, I've left some links in the description below with the things I either recommend buying or I already have. They're affiliate links. This is actually the first time I'm using them. And if you're planning to get something anyways, it may help me out a bit when you use them. For every item you see this sticker on the screen, you will find a link below. So BJD tools, what you really need to start. This is my 3-step investment plan for you. Let's break it down. Step number 1, bare minimum. Just enough to try the process. Step number 2, let's call it upgrade what you love. You buy more of what really clicked with you and you start figuring out what bigger investments you can make in your art. And step number 3, my favorite one, let yourself go. Once you're hooked, go wild. Try every single new thing and spend as much money as you want. Today we're going to talk about the bare minimum for those who are just starting out and don't know what to buy. And first up is brushes. Get one flat synthetic brush or a chip set. Why? Because either you'll destroy them or they will live forever. Either way, no need to invest much into this step. I've linked a few in the description. Remember, sticker? So if you aren't in a rush, go buy them there. Next one, cuticle pusher. Mainly wooden cuticle pusher and a scalpel. Buy a set of pushers to either use them as is or shape the ends with a scalpel into the shape you want. Also, for the scalpel, don't forget to get extra blades. I have 2 scalpels. One is from 2013 and the second one is from 2017. And the latter I got when I briefly lost my first one in a pile of things that I had. They're really versatile and they cost next to nothing. And you can also sculpt with this part of the scalpel, so I also sometimes do use it as a sculpting tool. Utility knife. It is the best tool for cutting big chunks. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just go for something a little bit bigger and something that you can buy replacement blade for. This one you can find in any local hardware store. Go for cheap plastic body. I have a bunch of them. I destroy the majority of those bodies and I use them on every single step. While sculpting, while cutting, while molding. And I also invested in an Olfa one, but you definitely don't need to because like Olfa, I'm so afraid I'm going to break it. I never even replaced this blade once, so it's as sharp as new because I keep using those cheaper ones. You need to understand that blades will get rusty. Do not use rusty blades, please. You will cut yourself, infection, instant regret. Don't do that. Next up is compass. So here, old school or new, either works. Go for any one of those. I have one from, 1950s. More cuticle pushers, this time metal. I would recommend buying one smaller and one bigger. The smaller one is usually branded for nails and the bigger one is usually branded for toes. Forget about the dental tools for now. These cuticle pushers will save you both time and money on figuring out how to operate them. And they are also really versatile. You can use this side, and they are pretty comfortable to hold over long periods of time compared to dental tools. For some reason they are really tiny, probably because they are dental tools. Next up, circle ruler. Pick the one with a lot of different diameters. It will help you both for joint planning and for joint execution. You will definitely need them. Ball jointed dolls are balls mainly, but don't buy metal one. It cuts. I have one and I regret having it. Next up is string. Get a cheap one, not a Pro BJD string yet. You don't need it, and I would say that your first doll, if it stands, you are halfway to success. Now let's talk about material. This topic deserves a whole other video, which I will probably make next, so subscribe to not miss it. But here's my quick take. Try both polymer clay and air dry clay and keep a chunk of both at all times. Your tastes might change. This happened to me and I'm really glad that I switched from air dry to polymer, but for some people polymer clay may be a bigger investment. For air dry clay, only use Ladol. Others are not as good, they will make you cry, and it's just not worth it. As for polymer clay, get the priciest you can afford. Just avoid getting anything labeled as soft and give preference to things labeled for dolls specifically. And yes, you'll see people using Monster Clay. Don't. Not as a beginner. Unless you already have it and know how to operate it, it's just not worth it. Don't make your life harder than it needs to be. Next up is sandpaper and a face mask. Try getting these grits. The higher it is, the more fine it is. The lower it is, the grittier it is. Just in case you don't know. I didn't when I started out. And invest in a box of face masks. Don't use one and the same mask over several sessions. You use it once, you throw it away. It's almost like we've been here before. Also, invest in a teeny tiny hand drill. This will help you a lot with making holes. I also have mine since 2014, 2015-ish. And I also recently bought a second one because sometimes I need to. Now let's talk about what you don't need. First up is rotary tool. I bought Dremel my second day after I decided that I'm going to make a BJD. It was 2014. And for the first time, when I really truly needed it, it was I guess 2016-ish. And before that, I was circling it all the time, thinking, why did I buy it? And how do I use it so that I justify me buying it? Next thing is fancy brushes. No, just no. Don't buy them. You will need them a little bit later down the line, but your first brush set, don't spend money on it. Next up is dental instruments. They're incredibly handy. They come in big box sets, but I find that finding individual instruments that you specifically want or need a little bit later will help you save money in the long run. Next is hair for your future doll or eyes for your future doll. With hair, I guess it's understandable. If you are at the point where the doll needs hair, go and buy it. If you are just starting out, start out with sculpting. Strong foundation is good for hair. As for the eyes, I would say that you need to know how to sculpt them, how to shape them before you start buying and inserting those glass eyes or acrylic eyes. Next thing is silicone brushes. I know that a lot of people find it handy to sculpt with silicone brushes when they go for air dry clay. I would say that sets are really overrated. And when trying to find a silicone brush, people have a tendency to go for are really soft ones. They unfortunately won't help you sculpt. They will be a hindrance and they will slow you down a lot. So if you want one, it's either a professional silicone brush or you can also try and experiment with one nail artists use, but only if you really want to. Next up is my biggest spend over the last couple of years. It's Japanese wood carving knives. They are incredible. I love them, but I have to sharpen them a lot. And I don't sharpen knives. I leave this to professionals, so I pay for that. And I also paid a lot of money for the set itself. And when one gets sharpened, I take out the second one. So yeah, I have 2 sets of Japanese wood carving knives. Was it worth it? Absolutely, for me, yes. But I would say that beginners don't really need them. So next up is cheap wood carving knives. Absolutely not. They will betray you before you even start to open the package. Although if you have them and you want to sculpt with them, you can definitely try. Okay, that is that. These are all the things that you do and don't need. My advice is start small, ruin a brush or two, use everything, and I mean everything you have at home, like brush ends, spoons, knives, butter knives, everything. And then if you're still into it by the end of your first doll, go wild. If you want to support this channel, join me on my Patreon or order things using those links that I mentioned. Also, if you use them, thank you ever so much, but if you don't, it's totally fine. And don't forget, the next video is about clay types. So tap the subscribe button, leave me comments and questions, and like this video if you did like it. Thank you guys for watching. Happy doll making. Bye!